Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
To apply or change the visual effects settings for a selected picture in PowerPoint, click the Effects category icon within the Format Picture task pane to display the Shadow, Reflection, Glow, Soft Edges, 3D Format, 3D Rotation, and Artistic Effects category groupings. To show the options for applying a shadow to the selected picture, click the Shadow category grouping to expand it if needed. To apply one of the preset shadow styles, select one from the Presets dropdown. To customize a shadow, choose a shadow color from the Color dropdown. Then set the shadow's transparency by using the Transparency slider. Then set the shadow size by selecting a percentage from the Size slider. The Blur slider lets you set the amount of blurring applied to the edge of the shadow. This setting is measured in points. To angle the shadow, enter the desired angle into the Angle text box or move the slider to the desired setting. To set the shadow's vertical offset amount, use the Distance slider to set the amount, measured in points, of vertical offset to apply. To show the options for applying or altering a reflection of the selected picture, click the Reflection category grouping to expand it if needed. To apply a preset reflection, choose one from the Presets dropdown. You can then use the sliders adjacent to the Transparency, Size, Blur, and Distance spinner boxes to customize your picture's reflection. As when setting these same settings for the shadow effect, you can also enter these values directly into the spinner boxes themselves if you prefer to enter the values versus using the adjacent sliders. To show the options for applying or altering any glowing effects for a selected picture, click the Glow category grouping to expand it if needed. To apply a preset glowing effect, select one from the Presets dropdown. To create a custom glowing effect or modify a preset glow, choose a color for the glowing effect from the Color dropdown. Then enter values into the Size and Transparency spinner boxes or use the adjacent sliders to create a custom glow effect for your picture. To show the options for applying or altering any soft edge effects applied to a selected picture, click the Soft Edges category grouping to expand it if needed. To apply a preset soft edge effect, select one from the Presets dropdown. You can also enter a desired value into the Size spinner box or use the adjacent slider to create a custom soft edge effect for your picture. To show the options for applying or altering 3D effects applied to a selected picture, click the 3D Format category grouping to expand it if needed. To select a style and thickness of beveling to apply, use the Top Bevel and Bottom Bevel dropdowns. To alter the width and height of the selected beveling style if desired, then enter values into the adjacent Width and Height spinner boxes for each beveling style. To select a color for the beveling depth, use the Depth color dropdown. To set the depth amount, use the adjacent Size spinner box. Likewise, to select a color for the beveling contour, use the Contour color dropdown. You can also set the contour amount by using the adjacent Size spinner box. Use the Material dropdown to select the type of material the 3D effect should emulate. To select an intensity and style of lighting to apply, use the Lighting dropdown. To set the angle of the lighting if desired, Then use the angle spinner box. To reset your picture after applying any 3D formatting you don't like, use the Reset button at the bottom of this category grouping to reset the picture and remove the 3D formatting. To show the options for applying or altering any 3D rotation effects applied to a selected picture, click the 3D rotation category grouping to expand it if needed. To apply a preset 3D rotation, select one from the Presets dropdown. You can then create or alter a selected 3D rotation using the other settings within the category grouping. You can enter a rotation angle for the X rotation, Y rotation, and Z rotation into the spinner boxes or by clicking the adjacent rotation buttons. If you selected a perspective style from the presets dropdown, you could enter an angle into the perspective spinner box. If applying a 3D rotation to a text box, you can keep the text appearing flat by checking the Keep Text Flat checkbox. This setting does not apply to pictures, however, and will therefore be unavailable. You can use the Distance from Ground spinner box to set the amount of space the selected object appears to be from the ground. To reset your picture after applying any 3D rotation you don't like, click the Reset button at the bottom of this category grouping to reset the picture and remove the 3D rotation. To apply an artistic effect to a selected picture, click the Artistic Effects category grouping to expand it if needed. Then choose an artistic effect to apply to the selected picture from the Artistic Effects dropdown. For each individual artistic effect selected, the options that then appear in the area below vary depending on which effect is selected. Most can set the transparency of the effect by using the slider of the same name. You will also probably have one or two other slider settings for each effect you can change to alter the impact of the selected artistic effect. As when applying 3D effects, there is also a Reset button at the bottom of this section that you can click to reset any artistic effect changes made to the selected picture.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.